Hey everyone, welcome back to the Rose Kelly channel. So today I'm continuing my series on dating tips, tricks, hacks, and stories of single parents. So today I think is a big question that every single parent asks themselves is, when and should you let your kids around your dates? And that is really tricky. So I'm going to say there's two different answers depending on two different situations. One of the things I have discovered that works really well for me if I'm dating other single parents is just being friends. Having play dates with each other's kids, getting to know each other, not necessarily having, you know, that romantic edge if we're going to go on dates, we're going to dress up, right? Because probably both parents have a hard time fitting that into their schedule. And in that case, then yes, you know, you do let your kids around each other because what you're doing is you're arranging play dates. And that works well if the kids are similar ages, you know, obviously not if they have a teen and you have a newborn. But if you have kids that are similar ages, that can be really good. You may meet, you know, men or women that you want to date in your single parent circle. And a good way to not kind of push that over the edge and make it weird is to just stay with, you know, play dates. And you get to hang out, you know, drink some soda pop, drink some wine together while the kids do their play date, right? And that can be a really nice, I think, less pressure-filled way to get to know people. And if you don't hit it off romantically, then, you know, you have a single parent friend, and that's really nice. And I found that that is probably my favorite way to date as a single parent if I'm dating other single parents. It doesn't work if they are not a parent themselves, but if you have a circle where you know other single parents or you're meeting them, that can be a really nice way. You can all go to the playground and meet up and just keep it simple and casual as you get to know each other. And then if you find, oh, there's a spark here, there's something, then you can go on dates, you can take time and maybe, you know, edge in that way to romance. So absolutely for that, you can bring your kids around. Of course, always be cautious who you're bringing your children around. I can't stress that enough. I have that problem even with other moms that I'm doing play dates. I'm like, oh, where are we going? Is this a safe space? This is weird. I don't know you very well. So that's true for anything. Use common sense. Don't leave your children alone with somebody you don't know. You know, always be on guard around your children, right? And that is true no matter what, no matter where you are. But if you are a bunch of single parents, that can be really nice. You can go on little group play dates where you just get to kind of feel out the water, test it out, see if there's anything there. And that can be a nice, easy way where parents are not trying to set aside lots of hours away from their kids and they're hiring a babysitter and all that. It can make a big difference. Number two is if you're dating somebody that doesn't have children. For that, I'm much more hesitant on letting them meet your children. My advice, generally, and this depends on the age of your child. My son is only now just 3. So, you know, I've taken him on a date when he was a baby. I've done that. I've said, you know, I can't get a sitter. We can schedule around and wait until I can. And they'll, oh, you can bring the kid. Now that he's 3, I would not bring him on dates. I would when he was a baby. I brought him on like maybe 2. Because that just was like, that was my schedule, right? That was my honest schedule. It was like, we're gonna have to wait a long time if you're waiting for a babysitter because they're busy. But now that he's older, I would absolutely not do that. I would leave him with a relative or a sitter for any dates. So it depends on age of child. I have an unusually young child that you know, because I've been single since he was born. But that's not often the case. So no, I would say don't bring your children around your date until you are exclusive, you're serious, you've had a talk of, is this leading to a long-term commitment or marriage? And if it is, then you can bring your children around. But if it's maybe not, if it's just casual, I would suggest not. Again, this depends on the age of your child. But you know, it can be really tricky. I'm even hesitant, like, because my son doesn't have his father in his life by his father's choice, then when I'm around even just friends that are men, I'm always really cautious because my son attaches on, you know, he loves that male figure, he really bonds with them, and I have, you know, a couple friends that he loves. I have some relatives that he loves, and I'm always cautious of like making sure that they're going to regularly be in his life. I got a phone call because I'm popular. Boom, boom. So I would wait. If you are a single parent and you're thinking, what criteria do I need to bring my child around my date? I would wait until you have agreed upon that this is a serious relationship, that this is going the long haul, and then slowly introduce them to your child. You know, don't leave them alone, let them feel comfortable, go on play dates with them, stay focused on the child when the other person's around, and then slowly introduce the fact that you're focused on this person too. And that takes time and effort and finesse. You have to kind of feel out when's the right moment. If your partner doesn't want to talk about it or is rushing into meeting your children, that's a red flag. Your new partner should let you be comfortable with the transition process to make sure that your child is going to connect well and have a good experience, and this isn't going to be negative. And that can be tricky for all parents. So tell me in the comments, what have you done as a single parent? How have you introduced your children to a partner? That is always just such a tricky question. I've asked some other people, and you know, it's a hard one. My casual observation is that men will introduce their children much earlier to women. They're just like, oh, I introduced them to everybody on the second date, which blows my mind. It does. But maybe women should learn something from men and just be like, whatever. I don't know. Or maybe the dudes should learn something from the ladies and wait to introduce their children. And you know, it's different parts of your life coming together, right? When you're a single parent, you have to compartmentalize. And one compartment is going to be your parenting self, and the other one is going to be your single self. And it's always hard to merge those two because you've separated them, right? Your mom or your dad all the time, and then every once in a while you're the single person that goes on dates, and it's really hard to merge those two together. But you know, it can be done. Don't date people if you are a single parent that don't like kids or that aren't excited to one day be able to meet your children when it gets serious. If they're just like, oh, I hate children, you just keep that in your corner. That is not going to work long haul. So make sure that you talk about it and that you're open. You know, I would never lie about having a child. I know that it narrows the pool, but it narrows the pool in a good way, because then you're only talking with people that are compatible, that are okay with somebody that has a child. So that's important. And remember to be forgiving. People that don't have children don't necessarily know what it's like. And maybe they don't quite know what their boundaries are with that. So you, as the one with the children, kind of need to help them out. And if you both have kids, that's a lot easier because you both kind of understand that dynamic. You have a little more sympathy towards each other. So, you know, take it slow, take it easy. When you find that right person, you'll know it, and things will kind of slide into place a little bit more easily. So until next time, thank you all so much for following along, subscribing on the Rose Kelly channel, for following along on Patreon. We've had so many new sign-ups. It's awesome. I love it. It's inspiring to make tons of new Patreon content that's going to be on there. Woo woo woo. So until next time, I will see you on Instagram. I will see you on the Wholesome Feed channel here on YouTube and around the Rose Kelly channel. Thank you all so much, and hey, give a thumbs up if you like this series.